Yeah, I do go a little crazy with the setting. Hello, another day, another tutorial. Actually, it's been a while since I've done a tutorial, so I thought we could do a full face of nothing new, and I want to really dive into the Sultry palette. No, you cannot buy this anymore. At least from when I've looked, I feel like you cannot buy this anymore, which is, good, because then, there will be zero temptation. I feel like with almost every palette, you can find different colors that you already have in what you own. I'm sure it will be no shocker that I will stick to the neutrals of this palette, which it's pretty much all neutral. We are going to the pool later today, so we will see how my makeup holds up. I am going to go in with just a little bit of concealer on my eyelids to kind of create a little bit of a base. This is a L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. It's a great one. It's full coverage, and it's a dupe for Tarte Shape Tape. To set that, let's go in with this color Fresh right here. It's just a really neutral peach. Zoom you a little bit closer. Okay, let's go in with the color Birch. It's just a really nice warm toned brown, and take that into the crease. So now that I put that all over my lid, I do really want to try to use Bloom today. So I'm going to take Bloom and I'm going to try to create some kind of gradient, a wash of color on the outer lid.
Real love, now I see you. Yeah, you know I do, to make it through the times we had. I see it now.
I'm going to add a little bit of shimmer to the eye. Lately, I've just been really into not adding shimmer, just having a really matte, natural look. But today, we are going to go in with this Rose Quartz. I like to put metallics on my finger and just tap. I'm getting lots of messages and calls. We are in the middle of selling our house. Not this house. We have a house in the city that we used to live in, and we are just trying to get it sold and wrapped up since we don't, it's vacant, it's empty. It's always really bittersweet selling your first house. I mean, there's just so many memories. We brought my son home, well, one of my sons home. It was just our first home, so it was tons of memories, but it's just time we moved into a better school district, things like that, so it's time. I'm taking just a little bit of Twig, it's a cool tone brown, just to kind of define the outer edges a little bit. If you would have told me a year ago tie-dye would be back in trend, I would have not believed you. My friend, she has a cute Instagram and she made this for me. I'll have her link down below. Let's go in with a hydrating dewy primer. I really want to go in on the more affordable side. This is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. It really is affordable. I think you can just get it on their website. I don't know if it still carries it, but it will be linked down below. It's a straight dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer.
To show to you that I'm more good than I am bad. I work it out, I work it out.
Okay, let's go in with a foundation. I really wanted to use the Dream Radiant Liquid Foundation today, but I realized this doesn't have any SPF in it, and I did not put my SPF on under this Jelly Pop. I know my SPF will not stick very well to this, so I'm going to go in with one of my favorites. This is the Dream Urban Cover. This has SPF 50, which I love. It applies beautifully with the brush, but I am out of clean brushes. I mean, it is insane. I go through foundation brushes so fast. If you haven't checked out my best foundation brushes video, definitely check it out. I'll have it linked down below, but I'm going to go in with a beauty blender. I like to put this on my hand if I use a beauty blender. I pray that I have enough for today. Literally, I think I have just one more use left in this. When I use any of these primers, like the Milk Hydro Grip or the Jelly Pop, I really like to use a beauty blender. I feel like it doesn't move around the primer underneath, and it really just creates that grip that we want.
Somewhere that you need me, and I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show.
This is a full coverage foundation. I tend to think it's more of a medium coverage, and then it's very buildable. I love this foundation because it's really lightweight. It has a matte finish, which if you have dry skin, I know can be a struggle. And I'm going to do a video, I've really been wanting to do a video on how to wear matte foundation if you have dry skin. Let's go in with a little bit of a cream contour. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape in a darker shade. This is in the shade Deep Sand. And I am just going to create some definition in areas that I want. Yes, this does take a little bit of extra time, but if you have dry skin and you want more of a hydrated look, you can just finish with this and then lightly set. But I of course like to go in with more bronzer. Areas that you feel like look a little bit muddy, we can definitely perform cleanup. I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear again, and I'm in the shade, I think it's Cashmere. Yeah, Cashmere. I could have gone a little bit darker. Blend it out, highlight some of those areas. Now I really need to set everything. Definitely sticky. I'm going in with this Fit Me Loose finishing powder. I'm in the shade, well, this is the shade Light, but I do feel like it could be so much lighter. Like this is really dark for the light shade. I don't know if they have a translucent or a light banana. I would have preferred that more. I bought it, I have it, I want to use it. And I'm going to set underneath my eyes. Few times I've used this, I've liked how it's set. It's not heavy. Could be a great option for dry skin. I'll let you know. Then I'm going in with a big fluffy brush. I'm just gonna take what's on the lid, since it's not too aggressive, and just kind of stamp the areas that I know I'll be blending out. See, it might be a darker shade, but I feel like it's beautiful. The finish is beautiful. I don't know why I don't reach for this more. It's the shade. The shade just turns me off, but I mean, you can't compare that to a lot of setting powders. At the moment, I feel like I really need to get my brows on. I really do want to try to switch up my brow technique, but for now, I'm just gonna go in with the tried and true Total Temptation Maybelline Brow Definer in the shade Medium Brown. Brows always turn out a little bit different every single day. I'm trying to think if I need to go in with some lower lash line eyeshadow. I think I will. I have this tiny little JH39 brush by Morphe and Jaclyn Hill, and I just like to offer like a gradient. So I'll go in with Birch and then maybe Bloom just on the lower lash line to create some depth. Gorgeous. I'm gonna go in with my House Laboratories liquid liner, and let's just add just some liner to the top. This look is looking so pretty. It looks really rather just like effortless. I'm so used to putting just like bronzer and blush in the crease that seeing a little bit more dimension it's so fun. Let's go in with some bronzer. I do feel really bronze with the cream contour I did, but just to kind of add some extra dimension, let's go in with the Maybelline City Bronzer. This is the shade 200. And I go in with a big fluffy goat hair brush. I feel like goat hair brushes just really blend out and apply the thinnest, most natural looking layer and just even.
Just afraid to say
I do like to add some bronzer just underneath my lip to create some shadowing. It's been a while since I've used this blush. This is the KKW times Mario blush in the shade So Graceful. It's one of my favorite formulas for blush. Granted, this is the only one I've tried, just because you can't go overboard with it. And I'm just taking I'm just taking this blush brush, cheek brush by Mario. I've tried a couple different techniques with blush where you apply on the apples and then on the sides. I personally lately have really been enjoying applying on the apples of my cheeks and then bringing it back. I love that. Oh, love it. Then I like to add some to my temple just to create a monochromatic look. Highlight I've been really gravitating toward this summer is the Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Highlighter, and this is in the shade Twilight Gleam. I just really, it looks like it would apply chunky, but it doesn't. It applies really light and gives you a very bold but natural look. You'll be able to kind of see when I apply. All right, so you can kind of tell this is the side with the highlighter and this is the side without. It's such a natural highlight, but it creates like a wet skin look without being chunky. Setting spray, I'm going to go in with this ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Setting Mist. Yeah, I do go a little crazy with the setting mist. The setting mist does dry down pretty well, but I just feel like it melts the powders and everything together amazingly. It doesn't extend the length of your makeup, but I love the milky consistency, and I just love the initial look I get with this. Now, what I do with matte foundations like this, I do reapply something like this throughout the day, whether it's my Watermelon Glow recipe or Trader Joe's. Like, these are great if you have dry skin and you're using a matte foundation. For lips, I'm going to go in with this Fresh Petal. It's an SPF tinted lip. And I feel like it just kind of ties together the entire look. I have been needing to pick up a few new mascaras and I haven't had the time to yet. I really enjoy the L'Oreal Double Extend, but today I have the Better Than Sex Too Faced Mascara, which I'm a little bit nervous about, especially with me going to the pool today. We'll see how it works. Okay, this is the completed look. I think it turned out so much better than I honestly could have expected. I mean, I haven't really played around with this palette too much, and this look is just really so seamless, and these colors are gorgeous. So if you recreate this look, let me know, tag me on Instagram. I would love to see it. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I will see you guys next one. Bye.
Times we had, I see it now, I see it now.